Why does the undisputed king of demons in Demon Slayer look exactly like the king of pop? Now, the easy answer is that it's just a funny nod from the author, a cool visual homage and nothing more. But that explanation is so surface level it misses the entire point of Muzan's character. The resemblance isn't just skin deep, in fact, it's the key to understanding his entire story. Give me 90 seconds and I'll prove that Muzan Kibutsuji isn't just a pop culture reference. He's a dark and twisted biography of Michael Jackson himself. The theory is this: Muzan's entire existence, from his central motivation to his greatest sins, is a deliberate and tragic allegory for the real-life struggles and controversies that defined Michael Jackson. First, let's look at their central conflict. Muzan's thousand-year quest is for one thing: to conquer the sun. It's a weakness that keeps him in the shadows and defines his every action. Now, think about Michael Jackson. His life was famously plagued by the skin condition vitiligo, which caused depigmentation and made him incredibly vulnerable to sunlight. For both the demon and the pop star, the sun was a relentless, oppressive force that dictated how they could live, forcing them to shield themselves from the world. It wasn't just an inconvenience, it was the central tragedy of their existence. Second, consider how Muzan builds his demonic empire. He preys on the vulnerable and the young, promising them a new life and eternal power, but in reality, he corrupts their innocence, twisting them into monstrous versions of themselves. The heroes of the story, the demon slayers, are largely the children who survived this corruption and now fight for justice. This narrative runs a chilling parallel to the darkest chapter of Michael Jackson's legacy: the accusations that he used his fantasy world of Neverland Ranch to lure and abuse children. In both stories, a powerful, almost mythical figure is accused of stealing childhood innocence, and the victims, or their allies, are forced to rise up and fight back to reclaim their lives. Finally, there's the shared obsession with perfection and transformation. Muzan is a shapeshifter, constantly altering his form from a man to a woman to a child, in a desperate search for the perfect disguise and an ideal body that can finally withstand the sun. In the same vein, Michael Jackson famously underwent numerous cosmetic procedures, radically changing his own appearance over the decades in a relentless pursuit of what he considered an aesthetic ideal. This isn't just a shallow similarity, it reveals a profound dissatisfaction with their original selves and a deep-seated desire to become something else entirely. But if there's any doubt left, here is the final poetic proof that connects them forever. As a demon, Muzan is cursed to an eternity of darkness. He is, by his very nature, condemned to walk only beneath the moon. And what is the single most iconic, gravity-defying move that made Michael Jackson a global legend? The moonwalk. He's not just living a parallel life, he is forced to perform a symbolic version of Jackson's most famous dance every single night of his cursed existence. Muzan Kibutsuji isn't a parody of the king of pop, he's a haunting reflection, showing us that the brightest stars can often cast the very darkest shadows. So what do you think? Is this the most brilliant and tragic character design in modern anime? Or are we just reading too much into a cool hat? Let me know your theories in the comments below.